Howdy, this is Florian from LifeScienceMentor.com, and today is another day in the 180-day challenge, Become an Idea Machine. First of all, if you come here via the teaser video I provided on Twitter and Facebook, I have to tell you something. I said I just reheated my coffee and you won't believe what happened next. Well, what happened next was that I actually got a package from my mother in Germany, and she sent me, first of all, this here. Tea lights. And you know what I'm using them for? This here. Ooh, something hot. Let's see. It's actually little this here. Isn't that adorable? Amazing. So this is a little warming light extra for my coffee. I'll just drink it. You know the light that you put under a tea can or under a teapot that warm it still? This is that, but just for one single cup. And I had that in the past, and I never saw it again here in the US, so she sent it to me from Germany, which is really nice. Thank you, Mom. And let's get to this month, or to this day's episode. So what I basically talked about, I just did this. I just warmed up my coffee, and what happened next will shock you. You know, that was an homage onto all these onto all these headlines that you've seen over and over. Dermatologist treated a middle-aged woman. What happens next? What happened next will shock you. So that's clickbait. Then you're really determined to click on it and figure out, right? So that's one way to run an ad copy. But it's not a very trustworthy way, because people smell bullshit when they just read that, right? Because it's so sensational, so outlined. But companies wouldn't run these ads if they wouldn't be successful with them. So there's a specific segment of the population that responds to these type of ads, which shows you that an ad copy or an ad, writing an ad is not about putting beauty out in the world or putting something artistically worthy, but it's just getting people enters to buy. And I was always thinking, I have no experience whatsoever in writing copy, but I always thought there must be a compromise between a beautiful copy that converts and that is also in a way artistic and like beautiful to read, because you don't want to get bullshit thrown at you, right? You want to have some next nice text who's informative for you as well, even if you don't buy the product in the end. So it's always a win for you, right? And paradoxically, if I read an ad copy that doesn't try to sell me, I'm so entertained that sooner or later I have to buy the product with it. And then if the ad copy is written very well, then chances are the product or the book that, for example, is sold is also very, very, very valuable, right? Even if some ad copy sounds like bullshit, it doesn't mean that if somebody writes copy, it needs to be bad or shady or just to elicit, just not trustworthy or not truthful or whatever. Doesn't need to be that way, right? So under these back thoughts, I looked at today's topic, which was, imagine your friend is selling a car. What would you tell him or her to make to write a better text, to write a better copy? And I thought about that, what would I like to see, what would make me want to buy it? And I came up with 12 points. So the first point is provide a better headline. So basically, if you read the Copywriter's Handbook by Robert Bly and other resources that teach you copywriting, they basically tell you that like 80% of people who buy a specific product made the decision after they read the headline. Which means really that you ought to spend 80% of your efforts of writing that ad copy on the headline. Because the rest is apparently only for people that read it to confirm if they want to buy it. And think about it. I mean, from my own experience, that's exactly what happens. I kind of want to buy something, like I want to buy something interesting for Christmas, right? I'm kind of a vague impression of what this should be, or I want to find better ways to be successful, to successfully lose weight or train in the gym, right? So I kind of vaguely know what I want, or I know pretty precisely what I want, right? It's a better figure or lose weight by going to the gym, but somehow I don't really know what a book would sound like that. What good book could I take? And so I look at Amazon and I see headlines and the pictures that come with it. And I basically decide if a headline is convincing enough, I think, oh my, that is something I potentially buy. Then I read the text description, and if that text description just reconfirms what I already know from the headline, I buy it. But the text is actually only to buttress my decision to buy it. The decision to buy it is actually, in most cases, already made when I read the headline. I kind of like get disappointed when the ad copy, when the text is not as good as the headline, because then I kind of feel my time is wasted, because I think by myself, well, I was already ready to buy that book, and now I realize it's not all it's cracked up to be by reading the text about it. So, damn, I have to look at a different headline, right? Instead, if I decide something that could be nice to buy by reading the headline, then reading an ad copy that sounds as good or even better than the headline, I make the decision to buy it. That's how it goes. And so spend a lot of time on formulating different headlines. And a good headline is, for example, the how to escape your 9 to 5 and enjoy the weekend properly, or enjoy the weekend with a proper roadster, right? So that appeals to people that want to have a sports car, or how to never suffer unruly children on your picnic trip. That would be something geared at families that look for a nice car that they have for the whole family. And so there are different other types of headlines. And if you read these Copywriter Handbook or any other book, I've listed some example in the accompanying blog post. You know that there are several categories of ad headlines that you can use, basically that you can use to get people attracted to your ad and potentially buy your product. Okay, so headline. Then the second point is provide photos. The best is photos of yourself and the vehicle. And because a photo tells more than 100 words. You want to display your car in a good light, and you also want to make your photo part of the story you tell about the car, right? So it's also important where you photograph that car, right? So if you, wait a second, I just have to switch off my notifications here. If you, sorry about that. If anyone can tell me how to permanently switch off notification on the Mac iOS 10.9 Mavericks, I'd be eternally grateful, because I can switch it off for a day and then it gets switched back on and the next day, and it's really a distraction here. So yeah, you want to tell the story with a photo. Yeah, if you have a sports car, you want to sell a sports car, you photograph it in front of the beach, or like some gorgeous mountain backdrop, something that shows like, do something cool in your free time, right? Or show it around in the streets of New York after dark, cruising, something like that, right? where you basically tell with the photo what this car is about, right? And you show yourself as well, right? Show your face, because that makes people trust you more. Number 3, if you can, provide a video. I don't know if that's possible on all ad platforms, but if you can do it, just provide a video where you start the car, drive it a little bit, talk to people, just introduce yourself. It makes you much more real as a person, and then people can decide whether they want to trust you or not. You'll probably lose some people that don't like your face, but hey, that's okay. I mean, those would not have bought from you anyway, right? So you just solidify the connection to people that are already positive towards your car, and then they see your face and how you behave in the video, and they like you even more. Number 4, tell a story about a day in the life with that car. I think that's really important. Don't just throw like the technical data at people, but not only throw the technical data at people, but also show a little story about it. Show how this car has actually made your life better, and how you're sad to let it go. So, example, if the car is a family car, and tell a story how you went out to the beach with your family, and then maybe something unexpected happened, and grandpa saved the day. Something like that. And what that communicates is everyone is safe and secure and unharmed in the end. Right? So, and for family car, I think you want to put practicality and safety first. And when you tell a story about that has a happy ending, how everyone in the end was like safe and secure, that's a great story. That basically, yeah, if I'm looking for a family car and somebody tells a story how he had a like potentially scary event with that car, but it all ended great, then I associate that car with a safe family life. If your car is a sports car and you have a mostly younger audience, then tell about how this was your first car when you just turned 18 and you took your girlfriend out with it, right? So that story would make you look cooler among your friends. Maybe you can see that, but my coffee is really getting very warm thanks to the little oven. So it's really hot, even though I made it 2 hours ago. All right. So basically, if you appeal to the younger audience, show how you took out your girlfriend with that car, how you went out to New York, like show that this car made you cooler. And if it's a small car, which is mostly purchased by people with limited resources on a budget, then I would talk about how you drove the car to clients and were able to sell them something because they liked the understatement you had with it. And that's not even a lie. I know people, like a friend of mine drives a very simple car in Germany. He's an insurance salesman, and there's people that told him when he visited his clients, some clients actually told him that driving an unpretentious car made him more trustworthy in their eyes, right? So, of course, with these stories, don't tell lies, right? Tell something that happened in your life, or at least happened a similar way in your life, right? Maybe embellish the fact a little bit, but don't invent like outright stories. But if you have an interesting story that could that could be an argument for your audience, and chances are, if you drive, the audience will be the people that want to buy the car from you will be in a similar situation, lifestyle-wise, as you, right? So the more you share from you and your own life, which goes back to showing a photo of you and a video of you, the better, the more genuine you will become, the more genuine the story will become you tell about the car, and the more people will be inclined to buy it. Because they trust you. If they want to buy a car, but like online ads, they don't know the people there, but then you show your face and you tell what you did with the car, and so then they have a much better feeling buying from you. And those story you tell in like a couple sentences. Don't make like a long essay, right? Because then that's not what people want to read that long. They're not coming to read your ad to read it, to read a long story. But you can tell a story in like 2 or 3 sentences and have the photo points out. Maybe have the photo. Maybe have the car photographed in front of a nightclub in New York, and then tell a story what happened on that evening or something like that, right? Okay, so number 5 is a testimonial. If you can, add a testimonial from a friend. Like if your friend is a car mechanic, or you ask your car mechanic, and you could have him say, you know, something like, the easiest car I've ever worked with despite one sluggish windshield wiper, which we fixed. It was a pleasure doing the yearly inspection for my friend Mike and this car. Sorry to see them leave us. So with one testimonial, this car mechanic tells the world that he likes to do business with you, so you're a trustworthy person. The car has been regularly at an inspection, so it has been regularly been kept taken care of, and nothing ever was a problem with that car. One time you had like you changed the windshield wipers. That was the only improvement that you made. And if you tell that, if you have that testimonial in there, that adds to putting your car in a positive light. So do that if you can. Then number 6, show how your car will help people solve a problem. So that's in addition to the story you tell under point 4. What I mean is, if your car, for example, is a family car, add a small line. Like, for example, a little advice: if you have a Playmobil duck and some Mickey Mouse comics on the backseat of your car, your kids won't have to be told twice to get going. Your kids won't have to be told twice to get going on the next family trip. So you provide them advice for people's common problems that people may struggle with, right? Getting your kids to go is apparently a big thing. Some kids don't want to leave the house, so you just have to entice them with something to go on the trip. And then it takes forever until you get going. So if you have some tips for a family, how they can solve a problem that they have, then they see, oh, this guy understands us, and then they'll be more inclined to buy the car from you. Or if your car is more a sports car, you can put in a little tip: always have a CD with slow rock on board, and you'll never have awkward silences again. Something like that, right? Some helpful tips that have nothing to do with selling the car, but have everything to do with showing that you know what you're talking about. And actually to help people. I mean, even if they don't buy, you have helped potentially some families and young lovers as well to get to the point where they want. And there's nothing bad. Number 7, you want to have your ad in a good design. Like if you're selling a car for professional purposes, like a Lincoln town car that people use to chauffeur people around, then use blue-gray colors, like more of a business attire for your whole ad, right? There are websites that let you easily design ads or graphics, like Canva.com is one. And what I would do is I would look at advertisements that my car company puts out, because chances are they appeal to the same target audience that you want to sell your car to, right? And then use the same color, the same kind of design that they have. Just make it nice, not just some drab text that is like black on white and that's it. Number 8, include your phone number and email address. Very simple, include it. Yeah, you will have some spammers that call you. Small price to pay for being more trustworthy when it comes to selling your car, right? So if you include your phone number and email address, if you can, a social media account, and maybe even your real address, that goes a long way, because people nowadays will Google you anyway, right? If you show your name, they'll Google you. And if you provide your social media accounts and everything, then you prevent people from typing your name in Google. You put their curiosity that's already there you channel the curiosity of potential customers in a specific direction. And if you have a good social media account, yeah, they will see that you are a trustworthy person and you have the cool website, or have witty comments on Twitter, or have some nice friends on Facebook, whatever it is, right? It adds to making you more personable to them. Nowadays, we are all completely transparent. Even if we try to hide, people will find us. We will not be able to hide our identities. So why not just accept that and then just take an aggressive step forward and advertise your brand. Number 9, offer a test drive. If you offer a test drive for people, A, you have people enticed to come around, and then they drive your car, so that adds trust. And also, if you once you have them there, you can try to sell them the car in person, which is much more efficient than on an ad. Yeah, there will be some people that just drive it around and are not really willing to buy it, but you know, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people are doing that. Maybe a few, but I can't imagine there's very many people. Offer a test drive, and you'll have people trusting you much more. I bet even if they look at 3 cars and they like another car better than yours, you offering the test drive, they can drive in it. That's done deal, because you know, if I want to buy a car and I'm not really sure how I should decide, but one of the cars I'm sitting in, I'll choose that car because I'm already almost here. I would probably do the test drive, then stop by, turn on my window and ask the person, probably just give the person the money and drive away right away. Because what can be easier than you already sitting in there? Excuse me. So you already have people committed doing the first step. So now the next step, just buying the car, is much more easy to people. Number 10, add a promotional offer. You know, for example, a bonus gift for people that would want to buy your car would be add a Uber coupon, right? These Uber coupons that, you know, sign up with Uber and receive receive the first $250 of gas for free. Something like that, right? That's the way Uber entices, and I think Lyft as well entices people to enter their service. You could also call some car repair shops in the surrounding and then just ask them if you can include a free gas coupon, like a $20 free gas at that gas station with your ad, right? So then people, when they buy your car, they see they get something for free as well. You know, look, if you buy a car and you already have you get with the car a free coupon on gasoline, and you have made the test drive in it, there's really, I mean, you're all set. You don't even need to pay for the first 100 miles on that car, right? Additional argument for buying it. And then number 11 is advertise on social media. I've not done that yet myself, but I just checked Facebook, and you have a website you want to put people to, and I suspect you can also do that with a specific address of an ad, like on Craigslist, or maybe you place your ad on your webpage. Wherever you put the ad, what you can actually do with Facebook is you target a specific demographic, specific down to their age, to their gender, to the region where they're from. So if you're in New Jersey, here in where I live, in Hudson County, you target people from Hudson County only. Let's see this ad. And you can target people's behavior. I think you even can target down to the bank account of people. You can very specifically target your audience, right? So instead of blasting your ad to the whole world out, you have a clear target of visitors that see that on their Facebook newsfeed and then click on that. And then they get to your ad or your homepage where they are actually maybe they're even looking for a car, or maybe they are car enthusiasts for that specific brand of car, right? And they're looking for somebody who has specifically that car. So then you have a very strong argument also for them to buy. So these are my 11 tips on how to improve your ads. The bottom line, what it comes down to, is basically 2 different things. Tell a story about you and your car, and show that you're a trustworthy person that doesn't try to sell me up on something. Very important. You don't want to tell people, buy my car, buy my car, buy my car. Just tell a story about the car. clearly show the parameters of the car and provide your contact data and all the little goodies that I told you about, like the bonus gifts and offering a test drive and so on and so forth, right? That's it. Let me know if you like it. And let me know if anything of that is useful for you. Let me know if you have additional ideas. Leave me any comment. I answer it as soon as I can. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click like so that more people can see it. And that's it for tonight. I wish you a great last weekend before Christmas, and see you again tomorrow on the other side. Take care.